Movie Holics!
What's going on, guys? I'm Terrence Cole. Welcome to the second episode of Comic Relief. In episode 1, I did my top 5 comic book movies of all time thus far. And when I went into what made those not just good movies, but good comic book movies.
But Terrence.
Yes?
If those movies were good, what makes bad comic book movies?
That's a good question, guy who oddly looks a lot like me in the same clothes. And to be honest with you, just like every other movie, this is kind of the same thing. Bad writing, bad acting, bad directing. However, I will say this. The one thing that comic book movies have that most normal movies don't have is years upon years upon years of content to choose from. Now, honestly, it's up to the studio to make the ultimate decisions, and let's face it, sometimes the studio thinks what's going to be good for a movie, and in all retrospect is not good for a movie, especially when it comes to comic books. Here's an example of a bad comic book movie. X-Men Origins Wolverine. Besides Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine, because he's usually always good at playing Wolverine, really what makes that a bad movie is bad CG, messy storytelling, way too many cameos, and the fact that they completely butchered Deadpool, those sons of... If you need any more examples of bad movies, here's a list you can choose from. Moving on. But honestly, the worst of the worst comic book movie for me, and I might be a little biased here, is that steaming pile that Schumacher gave us in 1997. That 2-hour walking punchline. Batman and Robin.
This is why Superman works alone.
Do you hear the depression that is in my voice? I mean, it just sucks the life right out of me. Listen, I get it. There are much worse movies out there. Elektra, Daredevil, pretty much any of the Fantastic Four, and I get that. But this movie is an atrocity to Batman. I mean, think about this for a minute. We went from the 60s, where we had the campy Batman in Adam West, like I said in episode 1. But then we had the Tim Burton movies, which were great. We had the animated series, and it just, like, you felt good about Batman. Comic books were really starting to get really good. And then Schumacher almost just screwed it up.
I'm poison.
This has got everything that a typical bad movie just has. Acting, writing, directing, it's all bad. But the real big thing that bugs me most about this movie are the characters and how they were written in the movie. The Ivy and Freeze thing really didn't make any sense to me, that whole team up, because you're not really gonna see it in the comic books because I'm no super genius or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure that if you mix cold and plants, plants tend to die. So...
Burn it well, for it's the chilling sound of your doom.
Moving on to Batgirl. For those who don't know, Batgirl's real name is Barbara Gordon. Now, she's a significant player in the Batman universe because she is Commissioner Gordon's daughter. In the movie, her name is Barbara Wilson, and she is the niece of Alfred, the butler for Bruce Wayne. Or Batman. Whatever.
Batgirl. That's not awfully PC. What about Bat Person?
Found the Batcave.
She knows who we are.
Guess we'll just have to kill her.
Yep.
Robin was also a bad point in the movie for me. Honestly, it's because I was not a fan of Chris O'Donnell. Even in Batman Forever, I was not a fan of Chris O'Donnell. And another thing that kind of bugged me was the fact they put him in the Nightwing suit. Yeah, that's the Nightwing suit pretty much, by the way. And not the Robin suit. And I didn't understand why you would make a movie called Batman and Robin and not put Robin in the Robin suit. That's stupid.
I want a car. Chicks dig the car.
But honestly, like that other stuff wasn't enough. There are really two things that just really got underneath my skin about this movie. Bane being one of them. Listen, Bane in the comic books is actually really intelligent and a powerful foe for Batman. And they just made him a walking dumb zombie. Like, he just looks like an overweight luchador with a bad case of spider veins. That's what he looks like. But the number one thing, bat nipples. Those stupid, mother-loving bat nipples. Anyways, guys, that's my rant on Batman and Robin and some of the bad comic book movies that are out there. Again, if you want to see bad comic book movies, check out the list that I showed earlier. Also, too, let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Movie Holics so you can get up-to-date latest videos. Make sure you follow Movie Holics on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and SoundCloud. And also, too, check out movieholics.net. You can follow me on Twitter as well, at TerrenceCole19. Everything that I just said, by the way, is in the description below. Anyways, guys, until next time, see you guys on Comic Relief.